So this next story is really simple, but I think it proves an important point. Take a look at this tweet from Donald Trump. This is from June 30th. He said, "I never pushed the Republicans in the House to vote for the immigration bill, either GOODLATTE 1 or 2, because it could never have gotten enough Democrats as long as there is the 60-vote threshold. I released many prior to the vote, knowing we need more Republicans to win in November." So that's what he said on June 30th, clearly stating, I didn't push this immigration bill. I don't know what you guys are talking about, because there were a round of stories that spoke about that. Now, let's go back to June 27th and see what he said. In all caps, Donald Trump says, "House Republicans should pass the strong but fair immigration bill, known as the GOODLATTE 2. In their afternoon vote today, even though the Dems won't let it pass in the Senate, passage will show that we want strong borders and security, while the Dems want open borders equals crime. Win." So, I didn't push for the GOODLATTE immigration bill. Rewind just a few days, June 27th and June 30th, just a few days back. House Republicans should pass the strong but fair immigration bill known as GOODLATTE 2. So, there's an important message to take away from this, and I'm pretty sure all of you already know it. But that message is, just because somebody's unfiltered, just because somebody shoots from the hip, just because somebody's sharp in tone, and that's what Donald Trump is, does not mean, by any stretch of the imagination, that they're a truth teller. Somebody can appear to look like a truth teller without actually being a truth teller, and that's what Donald Trump is. Because of the way he talks, he doesn't sound like the other politicians, you know, with their fake voices and the fake rhythm and cadence and the very measured way of speaking and the perfect posture and the way that they've been coached to point at people like that with their thumb, because that is viewed as too aggressive if you point with your finger, your index finger. So just because he looks uncoached, he looks raw, he looks unfiltered, there is no correlation there with he's telling the truth. Because, in fact, the default setting in Trump's mind is lying. It's pathological lying. And this is not me saying, by the way, that, oh, Hillary Clinton was a true teller. She's not. In fact, I think they're both pathological liars. And the default setting in their brain is whatever's convenient for me to say right now is what I'm going to say right now. And you can go back. There are just countless examples of Donald Trump saying one thing, saying the exact opposite, saying one thing, saying the exact opposite. I always remember during the election, this happened on the issue of Libya, where he said in a debate, I think he was going back and forth with Ted Cruz, he said, "Libya? I never called for regime change in Libya. I don't know what you're talking about. You're a liar. Lying Ted. Lying Ted." And then, you know, you cut to the video, and it was an endless compilation of him saying, he recorded a video in his office in New York City for fucking YouTube. Just him talking about Libya, saying, "Gaddafi's gotta go. Unbelievable. What a terrible guy. Look at what he's doing to his people. We need to be strong. America needs to be strong." So it was, and by the way, that went back, forth. There were times, what we need to do is we need to go into Libya. We got to do that. Unbelievable. And then there were other times where he was like, "No, we shouldn't go in there. It's stupid. Why would we do such a thing?" And it just was, he said everything. He flip-flopped nonstop. So the rule of thumb is, whenever he's asked a question, whenever there's pressure, he will respond and say, "No, that's not what I said. That's not what I did. I believe the opposite." So it's just all what is convenient at that point in time, at that moment, to stop whatever problem he's experiencing in that nanosecond. So when there's a round of press talking about how, oh, Trump failed to get the GOODLATTE bill enough votes, that's when he's like, "I don't know, I never even tried to get that passed. I never even tried to get that passed. It's unbelievable." Even though it's fucking on Twitter, it's on record. And it's just, it's amazing to me that given these facts, you can still have anywhere from 25% to 30% of the population that will never abandon him. But you know what? I say it's surprising and it's amazing, but it's really not, because that's the percentage of the population, for example, that we talk about when we say there are uber fundamentalist Christians, like just Bible literalists. They think the world is 6,000 years old. They think humans and dinosaurs coexisted. They think evolution is a myth. So these are people who, they appear to be deeply authoritarian. They have the person that they view as their authority figure, their daddy, and then they fall in line behind him, and whatever he says, they will defend. But it is still a crazy thought that in a country of 300 million people, 25 to 30% of them are just reflexive, complete reactionary buffoons who, even if you show them this, they'll be like, I don't care. The idea is more, I hate the people who hate him so much that I will never agree with them. You know, the fake news media is fake news, even if they happen to tell the truth on some issues from time to time. The Democrats are evil, even if they happen to be totally factually correct in pointing out that Donald Trump is a hypocrite and a flip-flopper and he's lying. But it's just, you know, it's political tribalism is what it is. And it doesn't matter how much evidence you present to them, the evidence takes a backseat to their loyalty.